Reaction from Syria and Russia to the U.S. airstrikes was swift. The office of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad described the strikes in a statement Friday as reckless and irresponsible. Russia, which is providing troops and air support to the Assad government, condemned the U.S. military action, calling it aggression against a sovereign state. Now, for more international reaction, let's go live to the United Nations, where Margaret Besheer, VOA's UN correspondent, is standing by. Margaret, a lot has been going on at the UN since this attack happened. Give us the latest.
Right, the Council's meeting as we speak. Vincent, the Russian delegate, is speaking right now. He did indeed repeat what the Kremlin said, calling it an act of aggression against a sovereign state. Russia very unhappy today with the United States. We heard from Bolivia, one of the elected members of the Security Council, one of the 10 non-permanent members. Bolivia really forceful today. They are the ones who asked for this emergency meeting, and their ambassador said that the United States has acted like the investigator, the prosecutor, the judge, and the jury on this chemical weapons attack. He was irate because yesterday the Council met until very late in the evening trying to decide on a resolution condemning the gas attack of Tuesday, and there was a lot of negotiations going on around it, and the Council broke at around 8 p.m. New York time, and then around 10 or 15 minutes later is when the airstrikes actually happened. So he sounded very angry about that, and he said that the United States was planning this attack even while they were basically pretending to negotiate in the Council. So Bolivia very upset. It's worth noting that they're often allied with Russia in the Council in terms of ideology on this. So very testy meeting in the Council right now, still going on. We have not yet heard from Nikki Haley, the U.S. ambassador. She's the president of the Council, so protocol dictates that she'll speak last.
And we know Ambassador Haley had said when the U.S. will act if others are not willing to act. Does this strike in any way interfere with what will follow in the coming days in the deliberations there at the UN Security Council?
Well, I think really the idea of a resolution might be dead right now. The actions have overtaken what they were trying to do here, so we'll have to see what sort of appetite there is to try and do something in the Council. But some Council members say that we still really need an impartial, independent investigation into what happened. The Bolivian mentioned in his remarks that the fact that they had this airstrike may now color the results of an investigation, and so that was one of the reasons also that he was upset. So we'll just have to wait and see how this plays out. But also a lot of support for the U.S. coming from Western partners in the Council. The British, the French so far have spoken expressing strong support for this. The British ambassador saying that President Assad's a war criminal who thinks gassing his people is a step to stability.
Well, sadly, we will be following up on this. Margaret, thank you very much for your reporting. That's VOA's UN correspondent Margaret Besheer reporting live from the United Nations.